It feels like human beings have forgotten the fact that we are mammals, that we are warm blooded animals, and have been adapting the ways that have been, thrusted upon us that are very cold and reptilian like. Today, my family and I were sitting outside, and a mama and a baby deer came in the backyard and they were looking for watermelon because we usually leave watermelon rinds and little slices, out for them to eat, but we didn't put the watermelon there yet. We were really excited. Our daughter, who's 3, she saw them first. She said, "Look, a mama and baby deer." And we turn around and it's the mama and the little fawn, and they look at us and they like scurry away, because the watermelon wasn't there yet. And they were probably like shook to see us sitting there. And it was so precious because I haven't seen a baby back there yet. And so I was so happy, and it was a cute little baby. It was a little baby. And after they walked away, I just sat back and I was thinking to myself, I wouldn't have done this because I'm not stupid, but I imagine like if one of us would have tried to like go up to them, the mom would have perceived us to be a threat to her baby, and she would have, stood her ground, might have even attacked us. Some mammals will severely attack you or unalive you if they think you are a threat to their baby, as they should. And so what I thought about was in the birthing system. So straight off the bat, this is already very peculiar because you have all of these strangers around you. Most likely you have never seen these people in your entire life, and you're trusting them to not only protect you and help you safely bring your baby into this world, but yeah, you're putting your life in their hands. These people that you have never met before, you're trusting them to protect you, not only protect you, but to help you safely bring your baby into this world. Right off the bat, I think that's absolutely insane that we have been conditioned to trust these complete strangers. So you have all of these strangers that are around you. When your baby's born, most likely you are laying in a very like submissive position on your back, which is not how we're supposed to be birthing anyway. You're laying on your back, your baby is born. I know these days I have seen on videos they have been, putting the baby on you for some skin to skin. I don't have they always done that? I don't know. I did not give birth in a hospital. But they know regardless they're going to take your baby away from you, right? And so I paused there and I thought about the fact that your baby is born. You're in this very trance psychedelic space because you just went somewhere, whether it's out into the cosmos or deep into the earth like I did. You went somewhere to retrieve the soul of your baby and to bring it back to this earth, bring it into your womb, and you're birthing this baby out. And so you're straddling two worlds at one time. You're very vulnerable spiritually. You're very vulnerable physically. You're very vulnerable mentally and emotionally. You birth your baby. There's all this commotion. There's all these hands. There's all these bright lights. People take your baby away to do whatever they're about to do. Clean your baby, weigh your baby, all these things. They take your baby away from you. Whether or not you are consciously perceiving this as a threat, you are unconsciously going to perceive this as a threat. So right off the bat, when you're supposed to be flooded with oxytocin, you're being flooded with cortisol and adrenaline instead. Fear. Fear is in the beginning of you becoming a mother or having whatever baby this is. It's fear. And not only are you feeling that fear, but your baby is. So because your baby is being taken away from you, the first thing you and your baby are experiencing is fear. Any other mammal would not let that fly at all. They wouldn't. And so I think, wow, we have lost our mammalian knowing, our mammalian instincts. And I have really been sitting with these thoughts the past few days about, the mammalianness, if you will, of motherhood, and how the first year of motherhood specifically, I'm in my 3rd year, still very fresh, but in the first year of motherhood, It's very, very mammalian. Your animal instincts come online. It's very intuitive, very instinctual. But so many things that happen to women while when they are birthing their baby and rebirthing themselves within the medical industrial complex severs the mother from her mammalian instincts, from her intuition. And what happens to a mother when she is severed from those things? She forgets who she is. I mean, you're going to forget who you are when you become a mom anyway. And I think that's a part of this whole game. You forget so that you can remember and retrieve your true self, because you go through a death and rebirth. I think the first time is the most intense time, but I think every single time you give birth, if you give birth more than once, you are shedding aspects of yourself that need to die in order for, this new you to assume form, so that you can become who you were meant to be for this next baby and this next baby. But many things that take place within the medical system, you're severing the mother baby dyad. You're severing them. And we can look at humanity and see the negative effects this has had. I made a whole video about this on TikTok. I think I'm just going to go ahead and insert it here so I don't repeat myself. Here we go. The patriarchy and all systems that bow down to it, which is like all systems, they're all corrupted, specifically touching on the medical system, because they are the main ones perpetuating the separation of the mother-baby dyad. Separation of the mother-baby dyad has been keeping humanity in a hell state. This is what I feel like. Because mother and baby are so energetically tied. When a baby is born, their auric field and their mother's are like this. As time goes on, it separates a little by little. My daughter is 3 and I still feel her extremely close to me, her field extremely close to me, no matter how far she physically is from me. But I still keep her physically close, not as close as when she was a baby, but still physically close, because she still is my baby. Severing the connection between mother and baby is severing the mother's connection to her intuition. When a mother is disconnected from her intuition, she is stuck in a wounded maiden mode. She doesn't know how to navigate mothering her baby. She doesn't know how to navigate this rebirth of who she is. Her animal instincts are turned off. When the first whole year of mothering, and even fathering too, is extremely animalistic and instinctual and intuitive. When you separate the mother-baby dyad, she doesn't know who she is, and she doesn't know who her baby is either. She is lost. She is anxious. She is depressed. And if she's feeling like that, don't you think her baby is too? Her baby does not feel safe. Her baby does not feel like it is being cared for, nurtured. Thus, that baby is growing unsure of itself, unsure, unsafe in its environment, not knowing if its needs will be met, not knowing if emotionally someone is feeling them, if someone is seeing them. The mother-baby dyad is separated by, really this process starts preconception for women, but during pregnancy is not taught in the mainstream that it's a spiritual experience, psychedelic even. We are not taught that we can connect to the spirit of our baby, that we can literally speak to our baby and hear our baby and receive messages on how they need to be mothered. But even before that, the foods you need to eat, the things that you need to do in order to properly ensure that you're creating the right environment for them in your womb, first and foremost, before they even come earthside. People say that parenting doesn't come with a guidebook, but it does. It's just, it's unseen. You have to go within to find it. But you can't do that if you are receiving care from those who might even unconsciously but are working for a system that is severing the mother-baby dyad on purpose. This has created mentally, emotionally, spiritually unstable mothers and children. And as we all know, that this world is filled with only mothers and mothers' children. We are supposed to keep our babies close on us. We are supposed to be co-sleeping, bed sharing with our babies. Women in America specifically get so triggered when they hear that. Oh my God. Because you have all these people in your ear telling you about infant sleep when they really don't know anything about how biologically we are supposed to be sleeping with our children as mammals. It's a lot of cold reptile stuff going on, a whole bunch of cold reptilian ways being perpetuated, and people don't realize that. We are mammals. We are warm-blooded. I mean, not all of us are, but it is an act of rebellion and healing and clearing of the trauma within your lineage to go against everything that has been thrown on us for generations, and keep your baby close to you. Love your baby. Hold them as much as you want to. And there is a whole hormonal science behind keeping your baby close to you, but we can get into that in another video. So yeah, I watch nature so closely and how mammals behave, and it just mind boggles me that many of us still aren't getting it, still aren't seeing it, that other mammals would never let this happen. And then I also think about the fact that, like, when people come and visit moms and their young babies, and their babies are being passed around, and it's people who are wearing like very strong perfume or cologne or what have you, and they're kissing all on the baby. Did not happen to me. Absolutely not. A lot of people, I just didn't want many people holding my daughter in the beginning. But the very first time, speaking from experience, very first time someone else's scent was on my daughter, I was disgusted, because your baby has their own smell, and that smell is you. That smell is coming from the inside of you, your uterus, which is something very profound that I had learned. When someone else's scent is on your baby, it is like it causes a visceral reaction. And that is our mammalian instincts coming online. It's like making you want to throw the whole baby away. And it's just normal. It's been normalized for all these people to be touching on your baby, be passing your baby around. You know, I know, like, if you're in the right setting, the right community, what have you, I know it's not a problem. But in many families here in the West, I'm not even going to get into that right now. I'm not even going to get into that right now in this video, because that's a whole other topic. But I just want to say that we need to get back to recognizing and remembering our mammalian ways. And I think that really starts with being in the root chakra, reconnecting with our root. Because like I said, the mother baby dyad is being separated, right? That is root chakra trauma. Your feeling you feeling safe in this world, safe to be, safe to exist, safe to be who you are. It's a lot of safety stuff. When we are born into this world, right off the bat, they are interfering with our ability to feel safe in this world. Right off the bat, if you are the mother, they are interfering with your ability to feel safe and competent in being a mother and mothering your child through your connection to spirit, to your spirit team, to the earth, to the great mother, to all these unseen forces around you that are here to help you. And it's done us a great disservice. Speaking from experience, because I gave birth at home, no one took my baby away from me. I held her to my skin for such a long time. And that first year for me, it was pure instinct, pure intuition, pure remembering of all of the things I learned when I was a baby, when not a baby, but from when I was a child, because I loved babies so much. I started babysitting willingly at a very young age. My mom taught me a lot about babies. So there's a lot I learned, and then there's a lot that I carried with me into mothering my daughter. There was also a lot that I had to unlearn, which was perfectly okay. But I look back on that first year and I think about how beautiful it was to not be severed from my intuition, from my animal instincts, to be just deep in that rawness of what it is to be a woman and what it is to be a woman who is getting to know this new version of herself as a mother and getting to know her baby and getting to know this new family of three that me and my love have created together is a beautiful thing. And it pains me when I think about the fact that for so many years now, this has not been the case. And I imagine what this world can look like when it does become the norm again, when birth is undisturbed again, when motherhood is sacred again. Okay, thank you for listening to my words. I think I should probably introduce myself in the next video because I haven't. Also, look, this is my mic. It's a peacock feather. Okay, thank you for watching. I will talk to you next time.